Once upon a time, in a peaceful village nestled between the hills, lived a young man named Ravi. Ravi was a dreamer. Every morning he would sit by the river, sketching plans in the sand, plans of the shop he wanted to open, the books he wanted to write, and the people he wished to help. His heart was full of ambition, but his feet never moved. "I'll start when the time is right," he often said. The villagers admired Ravi's ideas, but with each passing year they started to forget them, because Ravi never acted. One day, his childhood friend Mira returned to the village after years of travel. She was surprised to find Ravi still sitting under the same tree, dreaming. "You're still here?" she asked, smiling gently. Ravi laughed. "Yes, but I've got it all figured out. I'm just waiting for the right moment, when I save a little more, when the weather is better, when everything aligns." Mira nodded slowly, then pulled a small carved bird from her bag. "I bought this in a faraway town," she said. "The craftsman who made it has no legs. He lost them in an accident as a child, but every day he carves birds. Not because the time is perfect, but because time is passing." She placed the bird in Ravi's hand. "That's the difference between you and him," she whispered. "He moves while you wait." That night, Ravi couldn't sleep. Mira's words echoed in his mind like a soft storm. He looked at his calloused hands, the hands of someone who had built nothing. Not because he couldn't, but because he wouldn't start. The next morning, the village was quiet. The tree by the river stood alone, but Ravi was not there. He had finally taken the first step. He used the small savings he had to rent a corner in the village market. It wasn't perfect. The roof leaked. The shelves were crooked. But for the first time in his life, Ravi wasn't waiting, he was doing. Days turned into weeks. Some laughed at his clumsy setup, others ignored him. But Ravi kept going. He made mistakes, and he learned. And soon, people began to come, not because his shop was fancy, but because it was real. One evening, an old man stopped by and said, "I remember when you used to sit by the river and talk about this. I thought you'd never start." Ravi smiled. "I thought I was waiting for the right time, but I realized the right time doesn't exist. There's only now." And that was the truth. The perfect moment we wait for, it never really comes. The conditions will never be just right. The money will never feel enough. The fear will never fully go away. But the cost of waiting is far greater than the cost of trying. Time doesn't stop for our doubts. Ravi's little shop grew. It wasn't easy. It wasn't always successful. But it was his. Built not on perfect timing, but on imperfect courage. So if you're waiting for the right time to begin, to write that story, to make that call, to change your life, remember this. The right time is not a date on the calendar. It's the moment you decide to start, despite the fear, despite the doubts, despite the noise. Don't wait. Begin. Because the right time may never come, but your time is now.